Well, hey guys, I wanted to show you this rock tumbler. I put the material in these jars and put rubber bands around them so they don't slip on these bars in here. I've got 3 of these that I have run for 3 days each. On the inside of these, I don't know if you can tell it, yeah, there's mylar or whatever the plastic is that's under the keyboards. And because these things started leaking when I put water on them. I don't usually put water on them until I get down to the last part of it, but this one I did. Rock tumbler works pretty well. Turn it on, this one spins and this is just a roller. And so now I will take these in and strain them out and show you how that's done. Well, I've got 2 screens here. I picked them up at a prospector shop for regular gold prospecting out in the country. This one is 50, let's see, it's 50 holes per square inch. And then I've got this one's 150 per square inch. And got a regular bucket sitting under it. These jars, I just open them up, dump them in there. Now I've got this rigged up. Sometimes this stuff gets stuck underneath the wire down in there. You gotta kind of move it around to get them to come out. See, there's a piece of, got a piece of coat hanger shaped like a W stuck down in there so it'll stay up against the sides. That keeps it from, the material will just slide when it's turning if it doesn't have this wire in there. You know, we got the rubber bands on the outside to keep the jar from slipping on the rollers. It works pretty good. You can see that's that stuff out of a printer there. Makes a pretty good seal. You use water in these things, you gotta have that seal. I tried using just a regular lid and it leaked. This has got pins, pieces of boards. See, this is a piece of a cell phone board. I think you can see it there. There's no gold left on it. It all came off. You got some fingers that are the same way. All the gold's been scraped off, but the nickel or whatever material was under it is still on there. Just move this stuff around, wash it out. This really fine stuff is where the gold is. Now this I will put back in a jar and run it through some more grinding. I want these pieces smaller than this. And this is what we got left. What I need to do now is let this sit and let the material settle to the bottom. And then when it settles to the bottom, I'll put it all back into a jar and put some mercury in it, and then run it for another 24 hours or so. Okay, this is set for a little bit. If there's any gold in there, I'm sure it's not floating, because it's been in there a while. Now I gotta let that sit again, and then pour it all back into a jar. And the stuff that's in the bottom down here, it's not going to go anywhere. I've got a bucket that I pour that into and let it evaporate. So I end up with a solid mass in the bottom. But you don't want to let this stuff go down your drain, because if it does, it'll get down in there and get down in that P-trap and turn into concrete. So don't let that happen. This is a piece of bucket I cut off, make it a little easier to handle this stuff. What I'm gonna do now, let's see if I can get this in this jar. Not that way. Need to set it down somewhere. This isn't working. That worked pretty good. I'll let this settle out and pour some of the water out of it. And then what I'm going to do is add some mercury to it. And then I will put it back on the tumbler probably for at least 24 hours, maybe a little longer. So the gold will be sure to mix with the mercury. And then I've got this thing. It's a gold retort. You take that mercury, you put it in here, you put this on a fire, or you can use a regular torch. I actually do it in the kitchen stove. I've got a little funnel built that I concentrate all the heat right on this, and it comes up, the mercury evaporates, It comes down through this tube. This chamber is full of water, cools the mercury off, turns it back into a liquid, comes out down here into a bowl. And I've got this, I don't know if you can see it or not. The reason I put this piece of plastic on there was just in case there was any mercury still in this tube. Well, turns out there was. I can see a couple of little bitty beads in there. So just for safety's sake, you need to take a rubber band or something, a piece of plastic. This is a piece of a Ziploc bag. And something like that to keep from getting mercury out around. And I want to put a tube on this where this will come underwater, because I'm afraid that there's mercury vapor coming out the end of that. And of course, everybody's going to say, well, it'll explode if you turn the fire off and all that. No, take the tube, turn it to where it's not in the water anymore, and turn the fire off. Let it cool, and then turn the fire back on and do it again. But I'll be showing that in the next video. And for now, I guess that's about it. I hope it helps. I hope you subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you in a little while.